What's up YouTube, Dale here from Zephyr Wargames, and today I'm going to bring you the two basic combos you're going to need to know in order to utilize Denglong in your Swordsoul deck. So the MVP of the combo is of course now Adhara, which is why this is being played at 3. Arguably you could consider 1-for-1 as well, just to increase that consistency a little bit more. So with all that out of the way, please smash that like button, hit that notification bell and subscribe for more Swordsoul content. So you start off by activating the emergence. This will allow you to search out a tire from the deck. The next stage is to special summon down the Adhara while you control no effect monsters. You can then normal summon the tire and use this effect to banish the emergence from the graveyard in order to spawn a tire token. You can manipulate the levels if you want to, but in order to get into these particular type of plays, you want to keep it as it is. You're then going to synchro your tire and your Adhara in order to get into your Denglong. You go Chain Link 1 Denglong, Chain Link 2 Tire. Tire will Foolish Burial the Ashuna from deck to the graveyard, and your Denglong will add you the 9 pillars of the YangZing. But that is not where this ends. Oh, no. You're then going to activate the effect of your your Denglong. You can do it the other way around and banish the Ashuna first, doesn't make much of a difference, to send your from the deck to the graveyard, making this a level 1. Then, because you still control a non-effect monster, you can activate the Ashuna effect to special summon Shafana from the deck. While you still maintain a non-effect monster, you want to activate the Adhara in order to add the Ashuna back to the hand. At this point, you now synchro summon using the token and the Shafana to go into a Yugioh. This will allow you to trigger Yugioh's effect, and ideally with base minimum, nothing else in the hand, the one you want to go for is your long one. This will then give you the ability to activate the long one effect, discarding the Ashuna, summoning itself down with its token, and then synchro summon these two into a level 10 worm. Now you do have the option, should you want to go into a Chenying. And the reason you might consider to go to a Chenying instead of a Quinlong is it will give you a nice little attack boost. And I'm also going to show you in this combo how you trigger the effect to banish your opponent's field and graveyard. So from this point on, you kind of leave it as it is, you pass your opponent. As soon as your opponent activates a spell, trap, or monster effect that you feel is going to threaten your board, you activate 9 pillars of the YangZing. Now the way this works is it actually negates and then destroys, which is very, very important, because in order to trigger the effect of chewing in the graveyard, you need it to be the last thing that happens is the YangZing being destroyed. So you negate the effect, you then destroy the Denglong, and you're able to trigger Chewing in Chain Link 1 in the graveyard and Denglong as Chain Link 2. So Chain Link 2 will summon the Bian from the deck, the Chain Link 1 will summon back the Chewing. At this point, during your opponent's main phase or battle phase, you can use the effect of Bian, which will allow you to synchro summon using both of these, banishing the Chewin as part of its effect, in order to get a Herald that cannot be destroyed by battle. In doing so, because your Chewin has now been banished, you can trigger the Chenying effect to banish 1 on the field and 1 from the graveyard, which could ultimately be the card you've just negated with the counter trap. Obviously, the other option is your Quinlong. It is entirely up to you on your playstyle and which ones you are playing. So now let's show you the aggressive combo that can get everything started. So the second combo again consists of Adhara, but this time we're using Moyi and any worm in the entire deck. So you start off by special summoning the Adhara, normal summon the Moyi, revealing the worm in the hand in order to spawn the token. Again, you're going to synchro the Moyi with the Adhara to get into Denglong. You go Chain Link 1 Denglong, Chain Link 2 Moyi, draw a random card, and then search out the pillars of the YangZing. At this point as well, you can activate Denglong's effect to send a worm from deck to the graveyard, and you want to send the Ashuna, making this now a level 7. Because you control a non-effect, you can now worm lock yourself, but get an additional body on the board by banishing Ashuna to special summon out the Shafana. While you still maintain a non-effect monster, activate Adhara's effect to add back the Ashuna to the hand, so you maintain maximum value. You will then synchro the Shafana plus the token and go into a level 8. In this scenario, the best level 8 to go into will be your Yugioh. Then use Yugioh's effect to search you out a long one. If you already have long one as it was the opening worm or you drew into it, then of course you can go for something a bit more defensive like Blackout. With long one in hand, you're going to activate that and guarantee to discard something like the Ashuna as it will still have value during the next turn. In doing so, you then spawn the long one token. and then Synchro into another level 10. In this scenario, because I'm not going to be able to trigger the chewing effect, I'm actually going to go for the Quinling, and that's going to be able to set up the pillars as well. So what you do during your opponent's turn is you've got 2 cards in your hand. You've got pillars that can get rid of the Denglong, and in doing so, Denglong can then float into if you want a tuner for the next turn, or if you want a non-tuner. So you've got the access to your Bian or your Chiwin, just as another defensive board. And then, of course, you've got your Quinlong. That can then banish and burn, and you've already burnt your opponent for 1200, plus Yugioh obviously already has the negate. Now, one big thing to mention about getting the Chew into the board is if you can stop this being destroyed by battle and your opponent can't deal with it, it then unlocks the potential that during your next turn is you can upgrade this into Psychic End Punisher, or you can upgrade this into a Chao Feng. But that is pretty much it for the combos. I hope it's given you a nice, very short, sweet, simple breakdown to show you exactly what you can do and how you can do it with the particular cards. Now, obviously, this is going a little bit out of the left field in order to utilize the YangZings at their max potential, but it kind of shows you how defensive they can be and how the float effects of many of these cards can be utilized in order to get you everywhere you need. So for now, as absolutely always, thank you so much for watching. If you do have any questions, by all means, please put them in the comments down below. I will be more than happy to answer them for you. For now, as absolutely always, stay safe and, of course, happy dueling.